Welcome to the forecast. To my right, AP18 himself. Alex, how you doing?
Hello, everybody.
And to my left, Garrett not here. That's on me. That is on me. Last night, I was putting my son to bed. Guess what? I go night-night, too. So Garrett's not here with us today because this is a different night than we usually record, and he was not available. So now you have good old Papa forecast, and we're going to give it to you straight up. Starting with Image Comics Go-Gore, number one. That's Ken Garling, the writer and artist of the acclaimed series Planetoid. Comes an all-new ongoing series of wonderfully weird high fantasy. So if you're looking for a new book, there you go. If you enjoy fantasy, sounds like that is a book for you.
I'm actually going to give this one a try.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. The art looks good.
The art looks really nice and bright and crisp. So I'm at least going to give issue 1 a try and just to see if I like it.
Paper Girls number 28, Brian K. Von Cliffchang, part 3 of the final arc. Experience 4 timelines simultaneously in this tour de force issue. Alex, what do we think? Paper Girls coming to an end. We have a issue which says tour de force. It's a lot of hype.
As a book, it's good. It's one of those things that, like we say every time, you almost just need to be reading this in either trade or straight through. Read 30 issues and be 100% caught up and understand everything that's going on. And I don't think this is a book that you're meant to understand what's going on, because even the girls, the paper girls, don't really know what's going on. We're trying to wrap it up. And as we learn from they're all 4 split up. They're figuring it out as they go, and I respect that. That's resourcefulness. Way to go on their part.
Here we go. Dark Horse Comics, Black Hammer 45 from the world of Black Hammer number 3. Jeff Lemire, Ray Fox, Matt Kintz. Haven't read any of these yet, so I'm not sure. Did you read any of these?
I read issue 1. I haven't gotten issue 2 yet.
What do we think about 1?
1 was good. It almost doesn't feel like a Black Hammer book. Like it ties into others, not necessarily ties in, but characters show up from time to time, and it's only really one character that I saw. It's fine, but I actually kind of was bored reading it, so I can see where Garrett was coming from, where he's like, I don't know if I really need this, and I don't know if, other than the main Black Hammer story, you probably don't need to get any of these side things. There might be one thing that comes out of it that's useful. But if you're looking for a good-looking book, because Matt Kint does the art, it does look fantastic.
I do like the covers look like, those old like golden books you used to get as a kid. You see there has a little spine there. It looks nice. A little aesthetics there. IDW Publishing, moving on, TMNT Urban Legends number 12, Gary Carlson, Frank Fosco. The Fallout with Donatello offline and Death Watch still on the loose. It's up to Leo and Mikey, accompanied by the Intergalactic help to catch its infamous killer, with Raph back at home in New York, takes on a much familiar foe, the Mob, hell-bent on getting Casey's daughter back. What do you think, Alex, number 12 of Urban Legends?
It's good, and it's definitely not a story that I would really suggest for all Turtle fans. So it had started out, the first 6 issues was just gritty and a lot of fun. I read the last issue last night. I was like, oh, it's fine, but I don't know if I would really, if I wasn't a Turtle fan, I wouldn't be getting this book, because it's just not as interesting as I thought it would be. And the art has its moments of being really good and being almost not scratchy. That's not the right word. And it's not even like it's weird. It's just, it's not as pleasant to look at it as it should be.
I think I know what you mean. I was just looking at it right on that cover. So before we actually move on here, a book we never talked about, I just wanted to bring up today, Sonic the Hedgehog annual 2019. That's coming out there. I just wanted to bring it up because that movie trailer came out today. Did you see that movie trailer?
I heard rumor that they were actually coming out with a live action one, and I just can't believe that.
Yeah,
I'm all for anthropomorphic animals talking and doing stuff, but
there's a trailer that came out today. You should watch it after we're done here. A Robotnik Jim Carrey. So check that out if you want.
Did you watch it?
I did. It has Cyclops in it.
It was actually pretty good.
I didn't say that. I don't know. Yeah. It looks like a movie that would be made in the late 90s, early 2000s. and I guarantee you, probably my sons will want to watch it, and so I'll probably eventually watch it. It looks like one of those movies. So I watched Woody Woodpecker. It's not good at all. Like it doesn't even have any semblance of being good. But my son laughed the hell out whenever Woody was on the screen, so I guess that's the kind of movie I'm expecting for Sonic. DC Comics, awesome. Here we go. Adventures of the Super Sons, number 10 and 12. Peter J. Tomasi, Matt Sortilli, Santorilli. Sorry, Jesus. Scott Golowski and Dan Moore right on the cover. Are you reading this? This is only Garrett.
No, just Garrett.
Well, it looks like we got a young Lex Luthor, a young Brainiac. I'm not sure what's going on with this book. A lot of young Joker, young Captain Cold, young Deadshot, a young Doomsday, and a young
okay.
What do you call that? Clayface.
I didn't zoom in on the right, but I thought, who's the Rhino in the back? And that's Doomsday.
Oh yeah. So there you go. Okay. I know Garrett's been enjoying it, but I haven't been reading it. Alex hasn't been reading it, so we're not sure. Batman number 70. This is Tom King, Mikael Hanin, Jorge Fornes, Anna Kubert, right on the cover. Final chapter of the fall. No, excuse me, chapter 1 of the Fallen. Batman escapes his nightmares only to wind up in a whole other bad dream. He's locked in Arkham Asylum with his worst enemies, and the only way to get out is to fight them all. It's Gladiator. I don't know how to say it. Game of Madness and Mayhem, all amusement of Bane. Yeah, I haven't read 69 yet. Did you read 69?
I did read 69.
How was it? The End of Nightmares?
It's actually pretty good. It's a lot of, not necessarily tying into, but I believe it comes a lot from issue 50. And finally, Bruce gets to have a conversation with someone certain that he misses. And it's good. It looked great, read great. It kind of gave me that inspiration of like, okay, I think Tom King still knows what he's doing. So I go ahead and read 67. I think you'll enjoy it. But it will be nice to finally go to the madhouse and kick some shit at some people, because it's been a long time since I've seen Batman do some fighting.
There we go. Speaking of Batman, Batman TMNT number 3, number 1. James Tynion the 4th and Freddie Williams the 2nd. A lot of numbers. 1 of 6. The 80th anniversary, another number, of Batman collides with the 35th anniversary of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There we go. In this stunning concluding miniseries, the Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle trilogy, our heroes have battled the evil of the Foot Clan in Gotham City, Bane in New York, but now Krang has gotten his hands on the most dangerous technologies in the DC universe, and no universe is safe from his wrath. Alex, what do we think? 6 issues rounding out the Batman TMNT universe.
I will definitely be getting this since I've already gotten the first 12 issues. And I hadn't even occurred to me that Krang could be showing up. So this could be very interesting. I'm assuming they're going to go to Dimension X now instead. No spoilers, but I'm just assuming we went to New York. We've been in Gotham. The only place they haven't visited yet is Dimension X. It could be good, but it's also one of those things where this is one of those books I almost feel like needs to be grittier than it is. Like, I want an urban legends with good art. But I would just assume, and I realize Batman and the Turtles are friends now. They've been established for 12 issues. I don't know. Of course, I'm on it, but I'm a little weary about, is this just a money grab, or is it actually going to be a good story?
Yeah. Now we'll see here. That's rounding out the trilogy, as they say. So hopefully there's some sort of... this doesn't sound bad about Krang. Krang was a bad guy. He either gets played for laughs, or he's pretty menacing. Menacing? Is that a right word? No.
Menacing. For the record, though, that Eastman cover looks amazing.
So I guess we'll see. Freddie Williams II and James Tynion IV rounding out that trilogy there. Deceased number 1 of 6, Tom Taylor, Trevor Harsnan, James Herron, Stefano Guaiano. I looked in there. Before me was a pale horse. Its rider was death, and Hades was following close behind him. Revelation 6:8. A mysterious technovirus has been released on Earth, infecting 600 million people and turning them instantly into violent monstrous engines of destruction. The heroes of the DCU are caught completely unprepared for the pandemic of this magnitude and struggle to save their loved ones first. But what happens to the world's greatest heroes if the world ends? Tom Taylor returns with a terrifying new tale, joined by artists Trevor Harnstein and Stefano Guiano. They were a nice little mini. It's not really like an event. It's kind of like an event. I know they've been pushing this hard ad-wise. I've been hearing a lot about Deceased. What do you think? Tom Taylor, is this something you check out? I know Garrett's checking it out.
As I know Garrett is going to get it. I don't know if this is something that I really need to spend $4 to get, when in all honesty, I kind of just want to wait until Hoopla gets it and read all 6 at one time.
I mean, it's not out of continuity, so it's not going to affect anything that you're reading. It's a nice little 6-issue miniseries, so that might be the way to go. I don't know. It depends.
Are you going to try it?
I'm going to check and see how many books I have total here. If it's a low number, I probably would get it just for the entertainment. But otherwise, your plan sounds like the plan I might go with. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll hear from Garrett if it's good or not. DC's Year of the Villain #1. This is like one of their books where they kind of tease the next upcoming books. 25 cents. Brian Michael Bendis, Scott Snyder, James Tynion IV, Jim Chung, Alex Malee, Francis Manapul, and Greg Capullo doing that cover. So this is going to set the tale for the Superman, Batman, and I think the Batman Who Laughs or something like that. Something else. But the Most Dangerous Summer event starts here. That's the summer event. So this is to kind of like, it's kind of like a preview thing. So there you go, 25 cents. Green Lanterns, #7, Grant Morrison, Liam Sharp, still on the book. Going very strong right in that cover. Fantastic cover. Kind of love that cover. There's a lot of detail on that cover.
That's one of the best looking covers I've seen in a long time.
After sacrificing himself to save the entire universe from a cosmic WMD, Hal Jordan finds himself trapped in his own power ring, and he discovers an entire universe lies inside it, populated with souls whose lives are threatened when his ring runs out of power. Can Hal save yet another universe? One issue after saving the last. Only Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp know the answer within this classic run in the making. So there we go, Green Lantern. I've been enjoying that. It is a book that it's a nice little book. It's it's not connected to anything else. It's just Green Lantern and pure Hal Jordan. Looking forward to this. I hope this goes on for a while. I'm not sure how long this team's going to be on the book, but I do hope for a good minute. We'll see, though. Do you get Young Justice, or is that only Garrett?
Nope, just Garrett.
Young Justice #5, Brian Michael Bendis, Chris Anka, Patrick Gleason. There you go. If you're getting Young Justice, it's not a bad cover. Patrick Gleason cover. Also, he's doing interior art, so there you go. If you're reading Young Justice, a new issue comes out tomorrow. Today, actually. Here we go. Amazing Spider-Man 20 HU. Is that so? That must be like a side issue, Alex. Is that what it means?
Yep. So generally they're focused on specific characters. I'm assuming this one will be Vulture.
Vulture, yes. Nick Spencer, Corey Smith. The Vulture is one of Spider-Man's oldest villains and his oldest villain. Get it? Because he's old. But that doesn't make him any less dangerous. Craven's biggest hunt has thrown everything upside down, and there's plenty of carry-on for the Vulture. There you go, Vulture. You ever like the Vulture? I mean, this version?
You know, I do like this version.
You like the bald?
I actually like the Vulture in general.
Yeah.
Just because I think what a guy who could actually be a good person, with the sweet flight powers, but of course he's got to be kind of an old greedy man, and so he's got to go beat up this young kid. No wonder this old guy gets beat up by this young kid. He's being mean to begin with, stealing some kid's lunch. I'd beat him up too.
Vulture seemed to me like I don't know, like he didn't have any powers. Does he have powers?
No,
he's just a man in a suit.
So I don't know, because when you watch the animated series in the 90s, he's a young man who, when he puts on the suit screwed him over, and then he gets old. He turned old.
So you're saying it's a reverse Benjamin Button situation going on?
Kinda. Like, to me, he is what Falcon is, except for he's old.
There you go. So, Amazing Spider-Man, Ben Button edition. Go and get that if you're curious about what happens with the Vulture. Deadman Logan #7 of 12. Ed Brisson, Mike Henderson, Dick Holland, Shelby on that cover. Enter the Wastelands. While Logan was in the Marvel Universe, the Wastelands fell even further into Armageddon. Welcome to a new future, true believers. Right there, Mount Rushmore right on the cover. Alex, what do we think? Old Deadman Logan.
So I read this. I had binge read like what 1 through 5, and I just read 6 tonight. This book is amazing. The last issue, spoilers for anyone who hasn't read it. Old Man Logan meets current Logan. They have a beer together, and Old Man chooses not to tell young Wolverine what the future might have, but he just gives him a heads up, going, "Hey, make smart choices." And so at the end of that issue, we actually end up back in the wasteland, and I'm hoping these last 6 issues really is a nice redemption for Old Man Logan to go kill everybody one more time and go like, screw you, this is my home. You're not part of the group.
Yeah, Old Man Logan, old Hawkeye, some Hulk action. You know what? I haven't thought about that Old Man Logan, the original series, in a while. But after seeing a certain movie this past week in Avengers Endgame, I don't know why, like the Hawkeye Hulk part makes me want to read it again. I'm not sure. Deadpool number 12, Scotty Young, Scott Hepburn. Alex, you were talking about Deadpool the other day. You saying it's still good?
So I read issue 11. I love this book. I forgot but Scotty Young, it's nice to see him write such a strong story in Middle West that has actually like a good moral to it. Then I read Deadpool and how much of a dick Deadpool really is. Because he talks in the last issue, just got all of his bones taken out, and this bad guy's telling him a life story, blah, 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 blah. And Deadpool's telling him 3 things, and at the last thing he goes, don't talk so frickin' much. Because all my bones grew back and I'm going to beat the shit out of you. It was great. Like, this book is funny, and it seems like Scotty Young knows Deadpool like the back of his hand.
This cover is actually pretty great. I was looking at it here. Something I like about it might sound dumb, but the background, how it looks kind of watercolorish, I do enjoy that. Instead of having just like a straight up orange background, it's nice and kind of blotted orange yellow. So it looks cool. Savage Avengers number 1, Jerry Dugan and Mike DiDetto. David Finch ran that cover. The most savage, most unlikable team of characters in the Marvel Universe is assembled: Wolverine, Venom, Elektra, Punisher, and in their midst, Conan the Barbarian. Conan has returned to the Marvel Universe, and his new adventures begin here. What is the City of Sickles? Who is the Merrill God? How is the Hand involved? And the roughest and most dangerous characters rumble through this title, starting with Conan versus Wolverine. Enough said. You're getting this book, right, Alex? Savage Avengers?
Yes.
What do we think?
So when I look at this cover, I know it's by David Finch. Looks great though. Like, these all seem like characters that he would draw very well. My only thing that I'm actually kind of disappointed about is that I'm not a huge Venom fan. That seeing him on this team kind of makes me go, oh, that's too bad. I know you got to have a muscle. I know you got to have someone who can do ridiculous things. But there are other murderers out there that could have been on this team instead.
I think Venom's a little oversaturated right now because the movie was successful, and then also the series from Donny Cates was good. So I feel like he had like 5 other Venom books come out in the last couple of months, like not individually, like different titles came out.
But then there's the Venomverse and stuff. It's like, there's just too much Venom that I feel like this could have been a different character.
Yeah, you're right. It could have been, let's see here. Deadshot. Nope, that's DC.
That's DC, huh? But even like I guess I know Bullseye's a bad guy, and he's overused.
Rhino. Why don't they ever use Rhino? He's a good guy.
Well, Rhino's a good guy. Who's a bad guy?
He's a big heavy, just like Venom. Yeah, I should have been Rhino. Here we go. War of Realms number 3 of 6. This is Jason Aaron, Russell Dodderman, Arthur Adams, Matthew Wilson ran that cover. Reclaim the realms. North America freezes into new Jotunheim. Europe becomes new Sarfenheim. Asia goes up in flames as new dominion of Queen Cinder and her fire goblins. Euclid the Troll lays claim to Australia, while Amora the Enchantress raises an army of dead in South America. Africa falls to the angels of heaven, while Rocks and Oil drops its stakes in Antarctica. Midgard now belongs to Malekith and his allies. The Avengers' last hope lies in a series of suicide missions across the realm, starting with the rescue of Thor, last seen surrounded by the Frost Giants in Jotunheim. So, have you been reading this, War Realms?
I have.
And what do we think?
It's actually pretty good. I think a part of it is that I was so high off of seeing, not with drugs, but just high from seeing Avengers Endgame, that reading this book, this felt like Endgame. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. There are stakes at hand. This is good. This is a good read. If you're looking for something, especially since we've had that build up for the last X amount of years of Thor and Unworthy Thor and Mighty Thor and God of Thunder Thor. This is a nice little story to wrap up everything that we have laid out for so many years.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll catch up on that, baby. Before actually I think, you know what? It's a very light week. I'm guessing, I haven't checked. I'm guessing that there's probably 5 weeks in May. It seems like a 5 weeker because they kind of, to spread that out. While you're looking that up here, I do see. Oh, okay. While you're looking at that, I do see.
Nope, 5.
Here, oh, okay. So yeah, I do see they're releasing a lot of True Believer Star Wars books, and I do see True Believer Ewoks #1 for $1. There you go, reprinting all ages. TiVo, our Rainbow Bridge is fading up. There you go. So you want to read that? That cover looks fantastic. Alex, what do you think? What looks to be your pick this week on the May 1st, May Day?
I think I'm going to give my pick of the week to Savage Avengers. This is a team that I think, not even writing team, but character team, excluding Venom, that really draws me in. I can't wait to see Punisher and Wolverine work together. Conan, I can take him or leave him, but you know what? They need a heavy guy with the sword. He's their Thor. I get it. And Venom does have a possibility, depending on how he's written, can be very good or really annoying. But I'm excited to see this book. I'm excited to see what villains they get to fight, and hopefully there's no holds barred on, guess what, Wolverine's the best there is at what he does, and what he does is not very nice.
I'm going to go with Paper Girls #28. As they say, a tour de force issue. I'm very curious how that plays out. Even as it says in the synopsis, 4 storylines going on at once. So I'm curious how that is played out in terms of the issue. So I'm looking forward to that. Alex, it was pretty cold today, and I thought we're supposed to be in a nice little weather here. It's May. I'm still getting cold. What's going on?
Well, spring is a finicky bitch. Sometimes she can be really warm and snuggly with beautiful flowers. And sometimes she can be so cold-hearted that you might as well go back to Old Man Winter.
Now
At least you knew what you're getting from him.
I see tomorrow chance of rain 50, Thursday 58, Friday 64. It doesn't look like it's going to get. I guess Saturday's 70. That's a nice temp. But they keep every once in a while. We had snow the other day. What day was that? Monday? No, today's Monday. No. Today's Tuesday.
No. I can't remember.
Sunday.
Saturday or Sunday?
One of those days. Oh, yeah, it was Saturday. A little snow on the ground. It obviously melted before the afternoon, but doesn't mean the snow didn't touch the grass. So we'll see. Good chance. Looks like Monday we got a high at night around 44 and a chance of thunders the next. Chance of showers the next day. So who knows? Might be a little snow then. Garrett left a note here for me. Let me read this here. The roads ahead are paved in gold, so wear your shoes and lace them up. Fast you can run, but you cannot hide. What does this mean? All right, I guess he's. It sounds like he's coming after people. So, roads.
He needs to work on being the Riddler.
I think maybe he combined a riddle with a recipe. That's what happened. It looks like a shorter week, so I would say, get to your shop. You can't get to right away. You might be okay. That Deceased #1, I assume that one would probably go fast. They've been pushing that baby. War Realms also, that's an event going on. Those two probably be sold out pretty quick. But otherwise, the other things, I think they'll stick around. So if you can't make it right away, maybe if you're interested in those 2 books, call ahead and have them hold it. If not, I'm sure your books will be there. A lot of good stuff. There's some gems in there. Not a lot. Not a lot's coming up this week. But you know what? Sometimes you don't need a lot. Sometimes what you need is quality. over quantity. Just like this show, baby. My name is Marvin.
I'm Alex. There's Garrett somewhere. And hey, everyone, keep reading those books.